Committee of Parliament. Doc, good evening. Thank you very much for your time.
Yeah, good evening.
Hello, Dr. Afriyie. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm very fine. Thank you very much for your time. Now, the minister at a press conference yesterday said that they are going to pay the health professionals.
The line is breaking, Sammy.
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me? Hello, Dr. Afriyie. Can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Okay. I'm saying that at a press conference in Accra yesterday, the health minister announced that they are going to pay the 10 months arrears of these nurses and other health professionals. The accusation is that your administration, which is the MPB administration, failed to pay these workers. Now, this new administration comes in and trying to pay these workers, and you describe it as deceptive. Why so?
Hello, Sammy.
Doc, can you hear me?
Well, your line was breaking. Actually, you were trying to make a point on why the minister justifies payment of arrears to them next month. Is that the case?
Yes, I'm saying.
Basically, there shouldn't have been any arrears. Financial clearance was issued last year, July 6th, 17th. Can you hear me?
I can hear you, Doc. Go ahead and make your submission,
Yeah,
sir.
so the financial clearance was issued on the 17th of July, 2024. And out of the 15,200, a couple of them were recruited by the Ministry of Health. That is, the Ministry of Health institutions are the teaching hospitals. And then the Christian Health Association also took some. So we're about 7,000. They started working from August last year. The remaining went to Ghana Health Service and they delayed. For a clearance is issued, what it means is that an X amount of money is allocated for the payment. So why the minister should be worried about the Ghana Health Service and why they couldn't recruit all the 6,000 people until December? Why would you have to make a politics out of it? Why? Because the same clearance allowed some to start working, I guess, last year in the teaching hospitals that health or the faith-based hospitals. The Ghana Health Service got delayed. And therefore, they did their recruitment in December when the clearance was expiring on the 31st of December. All the government has to do is to extend the clearance. It's not the first time in public administration that them to extend clearances. It's all over. In all governments, in all agencies, you can even call the Ministry of Finance. They are always extending clearance. So why is it the case that is a big deal now? That you come into power on the 7th of January and you refuse to extend the clearance of persons posted in December, recruited in December. In any case, do you have any of the state institutions saying that they didn't need them? So they were a nuisance. They were posted to them. So please let them go. No, it didn't happen. So why didn't you pay them? Because they had financial clearance. You chose to take a political decision, and that is going to be a cost on them now. Why would you get them to go on a demonstration before you decide to take the issue to cabinet? It needs no cabinet. Financial clearance extension does not go to cabinet. It has to go to the Minister of Finance. The Minister of Health would have to write a letter to the Finance Minister for extension. It doesn't have to go to cabinet. What it means, therefore, is that there was a grand political decision that don't recruit these people. But my problem is that those nurses and midwives, some of their parents voted for the MPP, they might have voted against the MPP, they voted for the MDC. The clearance stated clearly that these are backlog of 2020 from public and private institutions. It is state from MPP or from NDC. I mean, who cares if they even voted against the MPP? It's got to do with the people of Ghana and their job. Governance is a continuous process. And you have to get a limit of politicization of issues as far as health is concerned. Sammy,
but if
there's
you
no
say,
arrears for them.
But if you
the
say
money
governance,
was made available, there's no arrears. Please let us correct this and put it in perspective. There is no arrears. The money was made available to them because there was a clearance that expired. All they needed was to extend it to them. So we don't talk about arrears. You chose not to see them as important. Please, pay them. Fix them up, fix the mess up, and just pay them.
But if you say governance is a continuous process, why did the letter announcing the clearance had to end at 31st of January 2024?
Every financial clearance has an expiry date as far as the Ministry of Finance and its practices are concerned. It gives you a set period to which you should complete what this allocation is for. It is within the budget. Budget is a major policy decision and is run in a space of a year. You understand? So therefore, when we pass the appropriation bill, allowing government to spend, there's a bit of provision that is in the bill, and that included X amount of money for 15,200 nurses and midwives to be recruited. And the year ends on the 31st of December. So therefore, if you do not recruit them, then you may have to wait for another budget or another scope. But mind you, in any case, within the period of use of people's money, public purse, even when it expires by 31st, within 3 months, you can extend it. Otherwise, it runs into another budget. And the government chose not to make them a priority. It's just a political decision. Why are we berating this issue? I mean, it's a political decision. That is why the kids would have, the staff, those nurses and midwives had to stand up for their right. And they went on demonstration. The government is embarrassed. It's unfortunate. They took a political decision. They should have been paid by now. There was no need to have held on salary payments for them. There was no need.
Doc, thank you. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
You had a ranking member on the Parliamentary Select Committee on Health, Dr. Nana Ayew Afriyie. Let's speak to another member of the Health